The Court Music Orchestra of the National Gugak Center will soon be staging a performance centered on court music from the Joseon Dynasty. There are some special elements to the performance titled Haengak and Boheoja, Steps of Heaven and Earth, including the involvement of AI technology in reconstructing some of the lyrics. Sounds interesting? Eun-jin has the details.
The royal processional music of the Joseon-era kings as they departed from and returned to their palaces will be performed on stage at the Yeakdang Hall of the National Gugak Center in Seoul. The royal processional music of the Joseon Dynasty followed a specific format, starting with chulgungak for when the king leaves the palace, then Haengak for during the procession, Hwangungak is played upon his return, and finally yeollyeak banquet music is performed after his arrival at the palace.
Under the title Haengak and Boheoja, Steps of Heaven and Earth, it's less a restoration and more a three-dimensional production of the royal family's elegant yet brilliant processional court music.
Boheoja, a repertoire of Korean court music, sings of a peaceful reign. But the last of its three parts only survived as an instrumental piece. In this production, AI was used to generate new verses. AI models were trained on 350 of Crown Prince Hyo-myung's works, one of the most prolific Hansi poets of the Joseon era. They were cross-referenced with over 100 poems by scholars Chung Yak-yong and Kim Jung-hee for the newly composed lyrics.
The old books of poems written with brushes were digitized. After all the Chinese characters were processed, old Korean translation samples were also collected and input.
Boheoja is performed in Korean traditional opera, telling the story of King Sejo, the seventh monarch of the Joseon Dynasty, and Prince Anpyeong, who was sacrificed as a victim of King Sejo's lust for power.
27 years after the Gyeongnan coup, where did Mushim, the daughter of Anpyeong, go? Perhaps pacing around her father's traces.
The fundamental rhythm and scales are based on traditional music, but the complicated sounds in between have been removed to bring a so-called ballad-style pansori expected to be more widely received by the audience.
We follow the more simple flow of the traditional sounds, but the complicated sounds in between, that even I can't relate to, have been taken out.
Led by young director Kim Jung, who has been garnering attention in the theater industry, experienced singers will be staging The Life of Remorse at the National Gugak Center in Seoul on March 13th and 14th. Eun-jin, Arirang News.